Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about how Bill Gates plans to give away his wealth. Let's get right into it. Financial experts typically advise being cautious about how you allocate your money in order to avoid running out. However, billionaire Bill Gates' goal is to run out of money. The Microsoft co-founder announced recently that he's donating $20 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, while reiterating his pledge to give away virtually all of his wealth to the foundation and eventually drop off the list of the world's wealthiest people altogether. Gates announced his plans in a Twitter post writing, "I have an obligation to return my resources to society in ways that have the greatest impact for reducing suffering and improving lives." He then added, "And I hope others in positions of great wealth and privilege will step up in this moment too." He ended the Twitter thread by saying, "As I look to the future, I plan to give virtually all of my wealth to the foundation. I will move down and eventually off of the list of the world's richest people." Since 1994, Gates and his ex-wife Melinda French Gates have contributed more than $50 billion to the foundation. To achieve this goal, the world's fourth richest person will need to pull off a massive philanthropic effort, giving away nearly all of his fortune, which Bloomberg currently estimates at $113 billion. But how? In a blog post, Gates wrote that the Gates Foundation plans to boost its annual spending by 50% to $9 billion by 2026, up from its current $6 billion. To help make this spending increase possible, Bill Gates transferred $20 billion of his own fortune to the foundation's endowment this month. Although the foundation bears the Gates name, basically half of its resources have come from Warren Buffett. Most of Bill Gates' early donations were gifts of Microsoft stock, rather than his fortune. Gates wrote, noting recent, huge global setbacks ranging from COVID-19 pandemic to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. "It is now clear that the need in all the areas where we work is greater than ever. The great crisis of our time requires all of us to do more." The foundation, which was established in 2000, is already one of the world's largest charitable organizations. The nonprofit supports a wide range of causes, with a particular emphasis on addressing global issues such as disease, poverty, climate change, and access to healthcare and education. Looking ahead, Gates stated that he intends to use his growing donations to fund research and development aimed at preventing future pandemics, mitigating climate change, and cutting global childhood deaths from preventable diseases in half over the next few decades. Critics of the foundation point to the potential dangers and conflicts of interest of such a large charitable organization wielding disproportionate power over how tens of billions of dollars are spent, particularly on issues of global significance. Critics have argued that private nonprofits should be subject to greater public scrutiny and accountability. However, the Gates Foundation has already had a positive impact on the world. Rice University researchers discovered in a 2008 study that the foundation helped increase financial support at the National Institute of Health for research into vaccines for malaria and tuberculosis, as well as other global diseases like asthma and heart disease. Similarly, the Gates Foundation was instrumental in the development of Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, a global health program founded in 2000 that provides immunization to poor countries, and has assisted in the vaccination of nearly 1.2 billion people against diseases such as COVID-19, polio, and measles. The foundation contributed more than $4 billion to the program, including $750 million in seed funding, while also assisting governments and global health organizations in convincing them to contribute billions more. Since its inception, the program claims to have saved more than 15 million lives. The vast majority of Gates' wealth is derived from private holdings and common stock, including a reported 1% stake in Microsoft valued at approximately $19 billion. His net worth fluctuates with the market and has increased by about 25% in the last 5 years, despite previous charitable contributions and a transfer of at least $6 billion to his ex-wife from their divorce in 2021. If those assets continue to appreciate in value, Gates may have even more than $113 billion to give away. Historically, Gates has given shares of Microsoft and other investments to charities such as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which keeps the majority of its nearly $70 billion endowment in stocks. He could continue to make stock donations in the future, or he could liquidate some of his holdings and donate the cash value. That is almost certainly the case with real estate, such as a 66,000 square foot lakeside home in Medina, Washington, valued at $80 million in 2019 by WealthX, and an art collection valued at $130 million by WealthX, which includes works by Leonardo da Vinci. In any case, it'll be a massive undertaking, but the billionaire says he's looking forward to it. Gates stated in his blog post that he does not consider giving his wealth to be a sacrifice. He wrote, "I feel privileged to be involved in tackling these great challenges. I enjoy the work and believe I have an obligation to return my resources to society in ways that have the greatest impact for improving lives." That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we will be sure to catch you all in the next one.